abandoning 120-volt circuits by simply snipping the hot and neutral wires after they enter the panel board and leaving the ground wire connected above the panel board and the outlet box is not considered proper electrical practice. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, addresses abandoned cables and their proper handling. The primary concern is safety, followed by prevention of future confusion or misuse. When a circuit is no longer in use, it should be completely disconnected and removed from the electrical system to avoid potential hazards. There are several reasons why this practice is not acceptable. Firstly, the presence of unterminated conductors within the panel board creates a potential shock hazard. Although the wires are snipped, they could still be energized accidentally if misidentified or if someone mistakenly attempts to reconnect them without properly verifying the circuit status. This risk is particularly significant during maintenance or modifications to the electrical system. Secondly, leaving the disconnected wires in the panel and the cable in the wall can lead to confusion in the future. A subsequent homeowner or electrician might assume the wires are active or are intended for future use, potentially leading to incorrect connections or overloads on other circuits. This ambiguity increases the risk of electrical fires and equipment damage. Thirdly, the nonmetallic cable, or NM cable, itself can degrade over time, especially if exposed to moisture, heat, or physical stress. The insulation may crack or become brittle, increasing the risk of short circuits or ground faults. While the ground wire is intended to provide a path for fault current, its effectiveness can be compromised if the cable is damaged or improperly installed. The proper procedure for abandoning a 120-volt circuit involves several steps. 1. Disconnect the circuit breaker or fuse that supplies power to the circuit. 2. Verify that the circuit is de-energized using a reliable voltage tester. This step is crucial to ensure that the wires are not live before proceeding. 3. Carefully remove the hot, neutral, and ground wires from the circuit breaker or fuse and the neutral bus bar in the panel board. 4. Remove the non-metallic cable from the panel board and the outlet box that it served. This may involve pulling the cable through the wall or ceiling cavity, depending on the installation method. 5. If it is impossible to remove the cable completely, for example, if it is stapled securely within the wall cavity, cut the cable as far back as possible from the panel board and the outlet box. Insulate the ends of the cut cable with electrical tape to prevent accidental contact or short circuits. 6. Clearly label the remaining cable as abandoned and disconnected. This label should be placed near the panel board and the outlet box to alert future electricians or homeowners of the circuit status. 7. Cap the wires that were cut with appropriately sized wire nuts. 8. Secure the wire nut connections with electrical tape to ensure they remain in place over time. 9. The ground wire should also be disconnected and removed from the ground bar in the panel board and from the outlet box. 10. If the ground wire cannot be removed entirely, it should be cut back and insulated in the same manner as the other conductors. 11. After the wires and cable have been removed or properly terminated, seal the openings in the panel board and the outlet box to prevent drafts, moisture, and pests from entering. 12. Use appropriate filler materials such as expanding foam or putty to close the gaps. 13th. Finally, update the circuit directory in the panel board to reflect the removal of the abandoned circuit. This documentation is essential for future reference and troubleshooting. The National Electrical Code provides specific guidelines for abandoned cables in Article 725. Article 725.2 covers the scope, stating that it applies to Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power-limited circuits. While this article does not directly address standard 120-volt branch circuits, the principles of safe wiring practices and the prevention of hazards apply equally to all electrical installations. Section 725.3 addresses abandoned cables in general. It requires that abandoned cables be removed unless they are identified for future use with a tag. This tag should indicate the circuit's purpose and the date it was abandoned. However, even with a tag, it is generally recommended to remove the cable if feasible to minimize potential risks. Removing abandoned cables reduces the risk of accidental energization, prevents confusion during future electrical work, and eliminates the possibility of insulation degradation or short circuits. It also contributes to a cleaner and more organized electrical system, making it easier to troubleshoot and maintain. In some cases, it may be permissible to leave the abandoned cable in place if it is physically impossible to remove it without causing significant damage to the building structure. However, in such situations, it is crucial to ensure that the cable is properly terminated, insulated, and labeled to prevent any potential hazards. The ends of the cable should be capped with wire nuts and secured with electrical tape, and a clear warning label should be attached to the cable near the panel board and the outlet box. The label should state that the circuit is abandoned and disconnected and that it should not be re-energized. Furthermore, it is essential to update the circuit directory in the panel board to reflect the removal of the abandoned circuit. This documentation will help future electricians or homeowners avoid confusion and prevent accidental connections. Leaving the ground wire connected while snipping the hot and neutral wires is not an acceptable practice. While the ground wire provides a path for fault current, it does not eliminate the risk of electric shock or fire. The ground wire is intended to protect against accidental contact with energized parts, but it cannot prevent someone from touching the exposed ends of the snip wires. Moreover, leaving the ground wire connected can create a false sense of security, leading people to believe that the circuit is still active or safe to handle. It is important to remember that electricity can be dangerous, and any work on electrical systems should be performed by qualified and licensed electricians. Attempting to repair or modify electrical wiring without proper training and knowledge can result in serious injury or death. If you are unsure about how to handle abandoned circuits or any other electrical issues, consult a qualified electrician for assistance. In addition to the safety concerns, there are also practical reasons for removing abandoned cables. Unused wiring can clutter the electrical system, making it difficult to access and troubleshoot active circuits. It can also create a breeding ground for dust, dirt, and pests, which can further compromise the integrity of the wiring. By removing abandoned cables, you can improve the overall organization and efficiency of your electrical system. Furthermore, removing abandoned cables can free up space in the panel board for future circuit additions. As your electrical needs change over time, you may need to add new circuits to accommodate new appliances, lighting fixtures, or other electrical devices. Removing unused wiring can make it easier to install new circuits and ensure that the panel board is not overcrowded. In conclusion, abandoning 120-volt circuits by simply snipping the hot and neutral wires and leaving the ground wire connected is not a safe or acceptable practice. The proper procedure involves disconnecting the circuit breaker or fuse, removing the hot, neutral, and ground wires from the panel board and the outlet box, and either removing the non-metallic cable completely or properly terminating, insulating, and labeling it. Following these steps will help prevent potential hazards, avoid confusion, and ensure the safety and efficiency of your electrical system. Always consult a qualified electrician for assistance with any electrical work.